Hello, everybody. How are we all doing tonight?
Mean me?
Yeah, just you.
Oh boy! I'm doing great! Now,
We've got a bit of a special situation tonight, as the only player we have is Azure. The rest of my players do not yet know that this session is happening, and I am excited to see their reaction when they find out.
I hope they'll be happy.
Alright. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Today, we look back on a few things. First, we look back at Carrie, a young tiefling girl with a difficult past that she is still trying to work through. But she's not actually the star tonight. Our main story tonight concerns
It's he!
it is he, Hand in Pocket, the little goblin who's got some orcish blood back in his lineage, who is an interesting fellow to say the least. Azure, my darling, will you go on ahead and introduce your boy to the audience?
Oh god, I have a beautiful description written up for him. Let me load it. Standing at 3 feet tall, Hand in Pocket is a mischievous goblin with sticky fingers and a preference for men much bigger than him. He hails from a family of merchants and tries to practice the family craft in his free time. Don't try to take his short sword from him. In the meanwhile, he seems to be looking for someone.
Alright. Remind me, darling, what does Handon's family do?
I think there might be makers and sellers of pottery.
That is correct. Oh, hold on. That went off of alignment. Give me one more second. To move a thing that you can't even see.
Nice. Well, it's there. Around there, I suppose.
Around where?
I just saw this little ding right about there.
Oh. Don't worry about it.
I shall worry about it. Um,
Eh. Hold on. Wait.
okay.
What?
I couldn't hear you for a second, even though I could hear you through the door.
My apologies, darling.
You're fine.
Today we start off with Hand in Pocket. You wake up in your home bed. In your own bed. The one that you're tired and your room is dark. You can hear your mother telling you that it's time to wake up, that you're being a lazy bones. Again.
Just look at bed.
Get out of bed, you lazy bones. Oh, hold on. I can accents. I cannot accents, but I can try to accents. Hold on.
I was like, wait, why is she Scottish?
Well, for one thing, it doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
I'm trying, okay? It's
I know, I'm just giving you a hard time.
It's an easy one for me to fall into, I'll be honest, that's why.
That's fair. I fall into Russian accents a lot. Well, quote unquote Russian accents.
But she tells you that you're being a lazy bones, a slug a bed, that you need to get up after all. Today's a big day, isn't it? And you're confused. Big day.
And the day.
Big day.
Okay.
You look around your room, and you're certain, you're sure that you shared it with 3 of your siblings. But you don't see them here. You don't even see their beds. It's almost like you had the room to yourself. Yeah. That feels right. You think?
Yeah.
Of course you had the room to yourself.
Of course, I'm the oldest.
Come on, you need to get ready. Wake up. Out of bed.
Okay. Mama, why?
Don't you why me.
I know, Mama, I know.
And she leaves your room and you get up and you see hanging on your door, perfectly pressed and ironed, a black suit.
Eh? How the fuck did I get the suit?
And you're like, at first you're confused, but then you're like, no, that makes sense. I'm supposed to wear a suit.
Yeah.
Today's the day that I wear the suit.
Yeah.
Today's that day.
Yeah, it's the day. It's a big day.
You leave your room, and you go down to the kitchen. It's still dark outside. Stars are still out. Your mother is busy at work in the kitchen, preparing a massive feast. Just a huge meal. Your brothers and sisters are all helping her out. You seem to be the last one out of bed.
Hey, I am a slug bed.
You look outside and you can just barely see the beginnings of the sunrise far off in the distance over the treetops. You come down wearing this fancy suit, looking prim and proper, and your mother chides you for your messy hair, and she goes and she passes spatulas off to your sister, and she goes and she fixes your hair for you.
It's fine.
It was not for today. And you think, she's usually right.
Ma's always right. Always.
Why would she be wrong about this? So you let it happen. Step outside, and you see a massive tent. Absolutely huge. nearly the size of your house, and considering the number of people that live inside of your house, that's surprising. It's set up with a big wooden deck underneath it, and you see rows of chairs and your grandmother and grandfather are out there just fiddling with everything they can get their hands on. You get the sense that they've probably been kicked out of the kitchen.
It's them, all right.
They're just fiddling, trying to make absolutely everything perfect. You see a lot of native flora just strewn about in vases and hanging on banisters and on ribbons. And you think, today is the big day. And you're thinking, what big day? What big day? You know it's the big day. You're excited for this day, but what was today again? Your mother yells at you to come back inside. And so you do. After all, Mama is always right, isn't she?
Mama is always right.
She smiles. I know you're excited, but you can't go outside yet. It's not ready, it's not done.
No, I know. I'm just excited.
I know. Go taste Giada's cakes. You see
yeah.
a tower of cupcakes in white icing. And you go...
That's gonna be enough.
For the number of people we have today, I do not think so.
I thought so.
And you see her just meticulously decorating these cakes. And you look back at your mom. And I want you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck! That was fast! Guard, I didn't have the sheet pulled up.
Pulling up your sheet should always be the first thing you do, my love.
I was caught off guard.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 12.
Alright. Wisdom save of 12.
Ah.
Everything's fine. Your mama smiles at you and she looks a little teary-eyed. And then where you are changes a bit, but it feels natural, like this is where you should be. And you find yourself... Hold on.
I know it's coming.
And you're there with your grandparents and you're helping them fuss over every little detail because now you've been kicked out of the kitchen.
Believe Mama let me outside.
You were there and you almost got icing all over your black suit.
Oh no!
So she's like, fine, you go outside. And she sent you out to help your grandparents with the flowers. And she sent out your sister. Hold on.
Oh my god, you're actually gonna put them up there. No!
Nope, hold on. Wait, I clicked the wrong thing.
Oh. And these ninjas cutting onions in here.
And your grandparents are just absolutely fussing over every single detail. And they argue a little bit in Orcish over exactly where things should be placed.
Of course they would.
About, no, it's crooked. It is not crooked, it's straight. It's crooked, and you will fix it. It is not crooked. See, now it's crooked.
If it's any consolation, I don't think it's the end of the world if it's slightly crooked.
And your grandmother looks at you, and she raises an eyebrow.
Okay.
And her hands go on her hips.
Ignore what I said.
I know you said something, but it didn't come through the mic. Try again.
I know. It's the big day.
And she huffs and smiles and goes back to fixing what she thinks that your grandfather unfixed. And your sister just kind of grabs your shoulder and shakes you a little bit. Like, you know, for a big brother, you sure do seem small even today.
This is what I get for being born first.
Are you sure you're ready?
I don't know if I'll ever be ready. I'm just falling into a Scottish accent at this point.
I think you'll be ready.
Don't know.
What could you possibly not be ready for at this point? Everything you've done. And this is what you are afraid of?
You've known me my entire life. Know me better.
And she sighs. And she helps you fuss over everything with your grandmother and your grandfather.
I assume that's mostly just let We'll just do what Grandma and Grandpa say.
Well, doing what they say is made slightly more complicated by the fact that they don't seem to agree on exactly how things should be. They clearly love each other very dearly, but they both have very different ideas on exactly how this room should be set up.
Like any old married couple.
And you hear your mother's voice inside your mind telling you to wake up.
Huh? I'm already awake?
And you're back in your bed. And you're back in your pajamas. And you hear her telling you that you're being a slug-a-bed. And you need to wake up. That there is so much to do today. Because today is the big day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the big day. This is a weird one.
And you get up. And you look around the room, which you're certain should have 3 other beds in it. But yours is the only one. And you look at the closet, and you see a perfectly pressed black suit hanging on the door. And you get dressed and head downstairs to the kitchen, where a feast is being prepared by your father and all of your siblings. Your father fusses over your hair. Today is not... Hold on. I can accents. I cannot accents, but I can try to accents.
It's okay. I keep trying to do one and then I fall into Scottish or Russian. I don't know how I do it.
Today is not the day to sleep in, my son.
I know, Papa. Oh.
And he brushes your hair back. And he fixes your earring, which had been crooked. And he adjusts your tie. Try not to get your suit dirty, okay?
Okay, Papa.
And you look around, and everything feels just right. You look at your father, and I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no. But I said no. That is a nat 1.
Okay. Everything...
Oh wait, that's a 7. I can't read. It's a 9. I cannot read.
Okay. Everything seems just fine. And you smile. and he sits you down beside Grazia, who is making a tower of cupcakes with white icing, meticulously decorated with small silver sprinkles and little green stars. You steal a bit of icing and nearly get it on your suit.
Yes.
And your father huffs at you and sends you out of the kitchen.
Well, it is the big day.
After all, today is the big day, isn't it?
Big day.
So you go out, and you're just double checking that everything is exactly where it should be. Every flower perfectly placed, every ribbon exactly tight, but not too much so. You're checking everything. And you hear your mother's voice tell you to wake up.
Already awake.
As you say that you are already awake, the world goes dark, and you wake up. Your mother kisses you on the forehead and tells you you're being a slug-a-bed, and of all the days, today is not the day to sleep in. After all, today is the big day, isn't it?
Yeah. The big day.
You look around the room and see no other beds but yours, and a perfectly pressed black suit hanging on the closet door. You get up, you get dressed, and you go down to the kitchen, where your eldest younger sister, Gianna, is preparing a feast. Before long, she banishes you over to where Ilario is making a cake. 4 tiers, glisteningly white, and sprinkled in silver and green. You try to steal some of the icing. It nearly gets on your suit. She banishes you from the kitchen. You're starting to feel like this is getting a little too familiar. You go out, you look around, and you hear a voice. I thought, you were supposed to stay inside.
I got kicked out. Oh, here come the tears.
You see before you a half-orc man who is very, very familiar wearing a striking white suit. Isn't it supposed to be bad luck to see each
Probably.
other?
Well, I got kicked out of the house. I got frosting on my suit.
Of course you did. You never could keep those sticky fingers clean.
I met you if I hadn't.
And he smiles. And you hear your mother's voice inside your head, telling you that it's time to wake up, and you're being a slug-a-bed.
What the fuck? I'm already awake!
Then why have you not put on your suit?
I'm wearing. Huh?
You look down at yourself, in your pajamas, and your heart beats a little faster as you're trying to figure out exactly what is going on here. Are you just dreaming over and over again? You're not sure. But Mama's always right, and you do as you're told. You put on your suit. You go down to the kitchen, where your grandmother is preparing a feast. Your grandfather stands idly by the door, watching. He's clearly been nearly kicked out, but not quite. He wants to jump in and help, but every time he tries, he just gets in the way. But try he does anyway. Your father fusses over your hair and smooths it into place and adjusts your bow tie just so. You look out the window. It's bright and sunny and beautiful outside. The sun is just over the treetops. And you smile.
I sleep in.
Because today's the big day, isn't it?
Big day. Big day.
You are sat down. Where your mother is making a soup. Massive pot of broth. And you know the smell all too well because you've had it 1,000,001 times before. It's your favorite, after all.
Oh no.
You sneak a spoonful, and you nearly spill it on your suit. And your mother chides you for it.
Didn't even get to roll a stealth check for that.
You didn't get to roll a stealth check for any of the times you nearly got icing on yourself either.
Yeah, that's fair. I just find it amusing.
She takes the spoon from you and smacks your hand. You eat when we eat. You will spill soup all over your suit. We do not have time to get it cleaned again.
I know, it's the big day.
That's right. And she sighs, and she brushes some invisible dust off of your shoulder, and grips your shoulders. Today's the big day. And she smiles and kisses your forehead. Go outside and make sure everything in the tent is set up just right, okay?
Okay, Mama.
So, you do as you're told. You go out to the tent. And you're double checking everything. And you hear a voice. So, didn't think you were supposed to come outside.
Mama kicked me out.
Heck, no, where'd your token go? Don't do this to me now. Hang on. There you are.
Also, you're evil!
Do you see a halfling? With short, curly hair, in fine, beautiful, shining silver armor.
Heading armor.
And he smiles. I mean, it's probably a good thing that I got to see you before the ceremony, all things considered.
Yeah.
Might make vows easier to say if,
Oh, fuck, I'm dead.
might make them a little bit easier to say if it's not our first time seeing each other.
I'd be a bit of a sobbing mess.
And you hear your mother's voice telling you that you're being a slug-a-bed.
Shit again, I'm already awake!
And it's time to wake up. Hang on, this might not have been capturing properly. Hold on. One sec.
Don't make me redo all of this!
I won't. I just need to shift that over there. That should be enough. There we go. You start to panic. You look out your window. It's a dark, cloudy sky. And you take a shaky breath and put on the fine, pressed black suit. And you walk downstairs. and the room is empty. You take a deep breath. You can see all of the preparations for a fine feast. Nothing is moving, though. The stove is on and hot. There's something in the oven. You can see the piping bags from when cupcakes were being iced, but they're not finished yet. You see cups of sprinkles and a pair of tweezers that read so very much of your sister Giada meticulously placing sprinkles on cupcakes.
Hello? Where is everyone?
You step outside. See a tent nearly as large as your house. But it's halfway fallen down. You run out to it. You look inside and see nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. You see exactly what from the outside you would expect to see in a half-collapsed tent. Broken benches, some of them covered in tattered cream cloth, wilted flowers and torn ribbons. You hear
What's going on?
You hear a crack of lightning outside.
The fuck? The hell is everyone? What kind of prank? It's not funny.
You look around outside. It's wet and rainy. Thunder cracks across the ground with a loud boom as lightning strikes violently across the sky. And you hear your mother's voice. You're being a slugabed.
Mama, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm already awake. This is really fucking weird.
It's time to wake up. You get up and you look around the empty room. There should be 3 more beds in here, but right now there's only yours. You see a black suit hanging from the closet. There is no one here kissing your forehead to wake you up. What do you do?
I'm to slowly climb out of bed. I am not going to get dressed. And I'm gonna go downstairs.
You go downstairs. There's only one person in the kitchen. He's tall, and his skin is slightly darker and more green than yours is.
You!
His hair is shocking and white.
This.
My darling, who do you think it is?
It is that son of a bitch that Handed Pocket really fucking hates.
I think,
Bad thing.
my love, that you will find yourself incorrect.
No! Oh my god, no! No!
The last time you saw your youngest sibling, your littlest brother, he was considerably shorter than you. Well, considerably is a stretch. Now he stretches to nearly 5.5 feet tall.
Where the hell did you get so big?
He looks at you, and he looks terrified. No. He shakes his head, and he grabs for the nearest thing he can find.
What's going on?
You stay away from me.
Come on, it's me, your big brother.
My big brother died a long time ago.
I am very much alive, thank you very much.
Why won't you just leave us alone? He looks terrified of you.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Having a good time.
You rush out the door as he throws a knife, and it goes straight through you.
What the fuck?
Outside, you can barely see the tattered remains of what was once a large tent.
I could not hear most of that. You cut out badly.
Alright.
Sorry.
You rush outside, and before you can just barely make out the tattered remains of a large tent covered in mud. You see broken splinters of wood sticking out of the ground from the poles that once held it up, and frayed bits of rope tied to them, and torn cloth sullied with rain and sun and the elements.
What the fuck is going on?
And you hear your mother's voice. You need to wake up. We need
I am already awake. This is the weirdest fucking thing. Why am I a fucking ghost?
We need you to
Who
wake
is
up.
we?
And you wake up in your room, and you look around. Your mother is standing in the doorway, hand on her hips, with a smile on her face. It is time to wake up. Come on. Let me help you with your suit.
I am a grown man. I can do it myself.
Can you? You cannot even get up on time.
Cut me some slack, Mom.
Alright, you get 10 minutes and then I want you to be downstairs. You're running late.
Okay, Mom.
She walks over and she kisses your forehead and she leaves the room. Hanging from the closet, you see a meticulously pressed black suit with a brightly colored pin on it.
Like, what brightly colored? Like, the entire rainbow, or...
The closer you look at it... Heck, hold on. No, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? Don't do that. Hold on, wait.
I didn't do anything.
Not you. Hold on, wait. Don't fuck with me. I will fuck you up.
Now you know how I feel.
Okay. Want you to roll me a wisdom save.
Ah.
What? Darling, you cut out. Try again.
320.
Dirty 20.
Yes.
Okay. You look closely, and you see a gold pin.
Oh.
It's shiny and polished, a singular bar with 5 gems placed.
No! No!
Sounds like you know what these are. Okay.
Um, the pin off of the suit.
Your hand goes directly through it.
Okay, I'm not touching the suit. I'm going right out the door. Something is clearly wrong.
You go out your bedroom door. In your pajamas, as you go down to the kitchen. I thought you said you did not need help with your suit. Where is it?
Just, I noticed the pin on there. Where did that come from?
Pin?
Ah,
There is no pin on your suit.
explain the shiny gold thing attached to my suit.
Your mother rolls her eyes, sighs, and passes the spoon off to Gianna, and goes back upstairs with you to look at your suit. There's no pin on your suit.
I roll insight.
Roll away.
Team.
19.
Ah.
Your mother's telling the truth. She does not see a pin on your suit. Where is this pin that you keep telling me about?
Do I still see it?
You still see it.
I point right at it.
There is nothing. What are you even pointing at? She runs her hand over where you believe the pin is, and her hand passes directly through it.
Maybe I need a little more sleep. I must be sleep deprived.
You get 30 minutes.
Okay.
So much to do.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too, even if you do cause me stress. She ruffles your hair and kisses your head and leaves the room.
I'm going to take the suit and see if the pin goes with it.
You pick up the suit. The pin seems to move with it.
I can't take the pin off. I know some sus shit is happening with the pin. I know exactly what that is. I don't want to piss Mom off.
After all, Mom
Mama's
was
always
usually
right.
right.
I'm gonna look outside and see what's going on.
Outside, over the treetops, you can see the sun beginning to rise. If you look down to the side, you can see a large white tent, almost the size of your house, has been set up. Your grandmother is standing outside the tent, while your grandfather stands on a ladder, seemingly trying to adjust a bow.
Who the fuck let him outside on a ladder? He's just a poor little old man. Let Grandpa on the ladder. Ah, fuck. There is no way for me to put on the suit without getting the pin, too. Damn it!
Decisions. Decisions. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Another one?
Roll it.
Ah, shit. That's a 7.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine except for this weird pin.
No, everything's fine.
Fuck! Okay, I guess I'm putting on the suit.
Okay. You put on the suit. You admire yourself in the mirror. An impeccable red bow tie upon your neck. You
Oh
straighten it.
no! 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 Alright, continue.
You go downstairs. Finally, he wakes up.
Sorry, Mama.
It's all right. I understand this has been a very stressful time for you. She kisses your head, and she fusses with your hair.
Mama.
What? What? I want my baby boy to look perfect on his big day.
I know. I'm not the baby.
You will always be my baby. Just like every one of your siblings.
Pose. Yes, Mama.
She straightens your bow tie and runs her fingers down the collar of your jacket, straightening that. You see tears in her eyes. All right. Now go sit down.
Yes, Mom.
Do not get anything on that suit.
Okay, Mom.
She smiles, satisfied. Your father chuckles from the doorway. After all, that was exactly the woman he married.
Yeah.
You sit down beside Giada, who is meticulously placing individual sprinkles on cupcakes. Grazia is sitting beside her, telling her that that's unnecessary, and not meticulously placing sprinkles on other cupcakes. Giada tells her that she's making a mess. And the two argue slightly, but the work gets done. You go outside, after being kicked out of the kitchen for nearly getting icing on your suit.
Was it even my fault this time?
No, not this time, but your mom wants to be very careful. After all, today's the big day, isn't it?
Big day. Big day.
You step outside, and you blink. And everything is perfect. Hold on while I move a couple of things. You step outside. And you walk nervously towards the tent. Before you go in, you take a deep
I got
breath.
scared for a second when you said, before you go in, you take. I was like, how much psychic damage? How much? How much? I was just ready for you to fuck me up.
Hold on, I'm just moving a couple of things.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. Signed up for this. Oh no. It's Smash Brothers Ultimate. Everyone is here.
Take a deep breath. Everything's perfect. That doesn't make you less nervous. You look inside of the tent. Who is at the altar?
Are you asking me?
Who do you see at the altar?
Fucking nobody.
Darling, who do you want to be standing at the altar?
Oh, you are asking me. Are you making me... Ah! Fuck you for making me choose.
I thought everything was clear. I thought you knew where you wanted Hansen to go.
I do. You know exactly who.
Okay.
Choose.
Standing
Fuck
at the
me.
other end of the altar is Brander. Behind it is a person that you've never seen before. She is tall and she smiles kindly. Her hair is red, and she waits patiently for you to walk down the aisle.
Managed to outdo Critical Role when it comes to wedding one-shots.
I didn't hear most of what you said, so try again.
I think we managed to outdo Critical Role when it came to wedding one-shots. Just kidding, just kidding. You're asking me to move my token, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this. Fuck me. Ugh.
Your parents and grandparents are all crying.
I'm crying.
After all, you are the first of your parents' children to get married. And you're following what seems to be a tradition of marrying half-orcs.
I am my father's son. Oh. Fuck me.
And a ceremony begins. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Dice, please don't fuck me. Hell yeah. One more dirty 20 for the crowd!
You look out at your family and at the face of your mother, and it seems to glitch out of place. I can make this happen, you know.
What?
I can make all of this real. I can reunite you with your lost love.
Listening?
All you have to do is take my side. The red-haired woman, who now draws your attention,
Fuck.
holds out a scaled hand.
Oh, fuck!
At first, it seems black, but the longer you look at it, the more iridescent it looks, containing a multitude of colors.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuckles.
You see Brander in front of you, and he smiles. He doesn't seem to notice. Join me, and all your troubles will wash away. You'll have your family home back, and your love will be with you, and there will be a beautiful ceremony where all of your family cries tears of joy. All you have to do is agree to take my side.
I bet I didn't realize you didn't hear that. It's a deal. I'll take her hand.
Perfect. Confetti falls down around you. White and perfect. And you look out at your family, and they're crying tears of joy. And Brander scoops you up in his arms and kisses you. The world around you fades to black. That is the end of tonight's session.
Look, everyone! Good night, Sadie.
Good night, everyone. Good night, Sadie. I look forward to when you all message me having listened to this episode.
I hope y'all did. Sorry!